Good morning. As you can tell, we are not in the studio today. Instead, we are taking a road trip, this time to Scottsboro, Alabama. And if when you think of Scottsboro, you think about Unclaimed Baggage, you are not alone and you are in luck, because that's where we're kicking things off this morning. Jennifer Keitner has welcomed us in. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's happy to have you guys.
Thank you for letting us be here. So when we talk about people thinking about Unclaimed Baggage, when they think about Scottsboro, it's not just people close by. You are worldwide sought out.
Yeah, that's absolutely the truth. We're one of the top tourist attractions in the state of Alabama. We welcome about 1 million people through our doors every single year.
What I love about the story that you were sharing with me is that it all began really as kind of just a leap of faith in a way with this Mr. Owens, who you can tell us about, who was trying to do a favor for somebody.
Yeah, for sure. Mr. Owens, his hobby was ham radio. And he was on the ham with a friend that worked for Trailways Bus Lines back in 1970. And his friend said, you know what, we've got this problem. We're piling up all this unclaimed baggage. You think you could help me with that? And Mr. Owens said, absolutely. And so being the entrepreneur that he was, he borrowed a pickup truck, $300, drove to Washington, D.C., picked up 110 suitcases, drove all the way back to Scottsboro, put an ad in the local paper, and he sold out the very first day that he was open. So he knew he was onto something special. He quit his insurance salesman job, went full-time into the unclaimed baggage business, and the rest is kind of history as we've celebrated our 50th anniversary.
Okay, so it's a 52-year history now at this point, and in those 5 decades, y'all have done a lot to entrust yourselves not only to your customers, but to the airlines that you work exclusively with. And it was really important to you to kind of brag on the airlines, because you don't want people thinking that they're coming in here kind of taking people's really lost stuff that they wanted to get back and couldn't.
That's right. The airlines do an incredible job. They are successful 99.5% of the time in reuniting a person with their lost bag. If a bag goes unclaimed, 99.5% of the time you're going to get that item back. But that fraction of 1%, when there are millions of people traveling every single day, really does still add up to quite a volume, right?
Look at this.
Yeah, and so we partner with them to take that salvage and bring it back here so that we can sort it to determine what's going to happen to the item.
Okay, so I will tell you, because I've never been here before, so I bet you hear this a lot too. I wasn't quite sure what to expect.
Right.
When I think of unclaimed baggage and I kind of know the story, I thought, well, I wasn't expecting it to be quite like this. You told me that you've got a processing facility that has the largest laundry facility in the state of Alabama.
Right, that's right.
Because you clean everything.
We do. That facility processes 50,000 pieces every single month. And so a third of what we receive we're able to sell. A third of what we receive we recycle, whether it's fabric recycle, paper recycle, electronics recycle, but then a third of what we receive we're able to give through our charitable foundation that's called Reclaimed for Good. And so our purpose is truly to redeem the lost, unclaimed, and rejected. And so we want to find the best purpose for that item. You know, if it's a towel that's tattered, we don't want to sell it, but we also don't want to pitch it in the landfill or even in recycle, because we can donate that item to area animal shelters. And that's really, really important that we try to find every bit of good out of these unclaimed bags.
Yeah, you do a lot of work with the Lions Clubs. You've given an awful lot of eyewear to people. You do some, what was the other one that you were telling me about? One with foster children?
Yeah, so our very own charity is called Love Luggage. And years ago, we read an article that talked about how foster children, when they're taken from their families in those difficult situations, worst day of their life, frequently they have to put their items in trash bags. And just the mental picture and just emotionally what that's telling a child, you know, that I'm garbage. What does that mean, you know, in that really fragile moment? And with Unclaimed Baggage, we have these suitcases. And so we donate a large amount of suitcases to area foster children. And we encourage our guests to paint suitcases, or small children to paint suitcases with positive images and messages of hope. And then we, in turn, donate those to some amazing organizations that work directly with foster children. I know recently, my husband and I are foster parents, and we had an 8-year-old welcomed into our home, and she had a piece of love luggage, and she was so excited. It felt like a present, and it made that transition into a new home just a little easier.
And that's like life coming full circle for you
absolutely.
to see. Okay, so I wanted very much to get that heart of it out, because I think more than ever when people are shopping, they have lots of options, and they love to know the stories that they wouldn't otherwise hear. So then let's talk the fun of shopping, because you never know what you're gonna find. You were telling me a story of the most expensive item sold to date.
Yes, the most expensive item we've ever sold is a men's platinum presidential Rolex. Its retail value was $64,000, and we sold it for $32,000 to a regional watch collector. He shops with us about once a month, and it's amazing you can go that luxurious to something that's just a great deal on the latest bestseller, $2.99 for a book. You know, it's really hard to beat. And so just the wide variety of things that we have at Unclaimed Baggage appeals to a wide variety of people.
You still have school-age children at home.
Yes.
My days for that are kind of dwindling, but I remember how difficult it was in these hot months of August and September when the kids are heading back and they need their shorts and stuff. But then you've got winter and fall around the corner. You could be a great destination for parents
Absolutely.
out there.
So many people come here for back to school shopping, and especially with inflation and gas prices, when you come here, you know you're going to save and really find a bargain on those items, particularly for the children's department. During the pandemic, or since the pandemic, the children's department has been one of the hottest departments in our store. It's been amazing what cute things come through there. It's really irresistible sometimes as a mama.
Know from experience. 7,000 items a week?
No, 7,000 items a day.
A day.
Are stocked here. Up to 7,000 items a day are stocked here in our physical store. On our .com at unclaimedbaggage.com, we reload that site with about 3,500 unique items a week. The inventory is totally separate, so folks can go ahead and hop online to check us out there and then make the drive to Scottsboro one day soon.
I've talked to you long enough to know that I think you skew everything in life to let it seem a blessing. So you were quick to point that out too, that you launched this .com right as the world went virtual with COVID.
Right.
So it was perfect timing.
It was amazing. We had prepared this website and this .com experience for our 50th anniversary back in 2020. And when the whole world began to shop online and many people were afraid to come in to retail stores in general, but especially a destination retail store like this, it was amazing that we had a .com that we could launch back in June of 2020, and it has just been amazing how it's been received. It's really taken off, and it's been a blessing.
Well, you should come and take a chance to look through all of the different racks for yourself. You never know what you're going to find. Come with $20, come with $200 or more, and you'll walk away feeling happy, knowing you're giving back to something that's bigger than just you and truly a part of history.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming to see us.
There's your contact information for where you can find them, also the .com if that's easier for you to shop. And we're just beginning our fun in Scottsboro. Watch for more to come throughout the week.